Bienvenidos and welcome to another episode of Spain on a Fork. Today we're going to grab some butter beans, tomatoes, and a couple other simple heart-healthy ingredients, and we'll create a super delicious recipe. We're talking creamy tomato butter beans. And let me tell you, this dish is filled with so many beautiful textures and flavors. It's very easy to make, and the best part, it's all done in about 30 minutes. Folks, serve these butter beans as a side dish next to some grilled fish, or even as a main course, as it certainly has enough protein to it. Either way, it's the kind of food that with each bite, it's gonna fill you with so much goodness. This video is sponsored by Tienda.com. The Tienda is an online superstore focusing on selling all things Spain for your home and kitchen, and they've been around since 1996. And like I always tell you, they have the biggest selection of artisan Spanish ingredients like queso manchego, the famous jamón serrano and jamón ibérico, Marcona almonds, olives, the beautiful canned seafood from Spain, and all the spices you need to make all your favorite Spanish recipes, among so many other great ingredients. And let me tell you, when it comes to cookware, they have an amazing selection of authentic Spanish paella pans that range in size from 2 servings all the way up to 50 servings. And they even offer classic grilling systems, that way you can always perfectly cook your paella at home. Folks, visit Tienda.com, let them know Albert from Spain on a Fork sent you there, and make sure you use coupon code ONAFORK during checkout for 10% off your order. Alright, let's just dive right into this. I'm going to heat a large fry pan with a medium heat and add in 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is 45 milliliters. Important to use the good stuff here, as this is the base fat of the dish and what truly flavors all the ingredients. Link where you can get the Spanish one I'm using in the description box below. While the oil is heating, I'm going to roughly chop 1 medium-sized onion and roughly chop 4 cloves of garlic. Then we'll add the chopped ingredients into the hot fry pan, and we'll mix them around. That way they're all coated in the olive oil. And you don't have to mix this around continuously, but do get under every minute or so. That way everything evenly sautés. In the meantime, I'm going to cut 4 medium-sized tomatoes, each one into bite-sized pieces. I'm using tomatoes on the vine here, but you can use whatever tomatoes you like. After sauteing the garlic and onion for about 4 to 5 minutes, and the ingredients are lightly sauteed, we'll add in the chopped tomatoes, along with 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, which is 1 gram, and half a teaspoon of sweet smoked Spanish paprika, which is 1.25 grams. Then we'll season with sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And if you see that your tomatoes are too acidic, just add in a pinch of sugar, ground cinnamon, or even some baking soda. And we'll give it a mix until it's well mixed together, and then saute the ingredients for another 6 to 8 minutes. And once again, you don't have to mix this around continuously, but do get into every minute or so. That way everything evenly sautés. After about 8 minutes, and the tomatoes are broken down and they're lightly sauteed, we'll remove the pan from the heat. And we'll leave our ingredients to sit there for a few minutes. That way they can slightly cool. In the meantime, let's start getting our beans ready. I'm going to drain a jar of butter beans into a colander. This is the same thing as the canned ones. And rinse the beans under some water. The size of the jar that I'm using is 25 ounces, which is about 700 grams. Link where you can get the super soft Spanish butter beans I'm using in the description box below. After about 2 to 3 minutes, and the ingredients have slightly cooled in the pan, we'll transfer them into a tall plastic cylinder. And using a hand blender, we'll blend everything together until we end up with a beautiful creamy sauce. You can also use a food processor here, stand-up blender, or even a NutriBullet. Then we'll heat the same fry pan with a medium heat. Add in the creamy tomato sauce and the drained butter beans. Then we'll season with a kiss of sea salt and freshly cracked black pepper. And we'll give it a gentle mix until it's well mixed together, and then simmer it between 5 to 10 minutes. That way all the flavors can develop. After simmering the butter beans for about 10 minutes, I'm going to squeeze in 2 teaspoons of fresh lemon juice, which is 10 milliliters, and add in a handful of chopped spinach, and gently mix it until it's lightly wilted. I'm using fresh bagged spinach here, but you can also use the frozen stuff. Just make sure to fully thaw it out and pat it dry beforehand. Once the spinach is lightly wilted, this dish is ready to go. I'm going to remove the pan from the heat and transfer the mixture into a serving dish. And we'll top it off with a kiss of grated cheese. I'm using a Spanish Manchego that's been aged for 6 months, but you can use whatever cheese you like. Either way, check it out. Our creamy tomato butter beans are done. Easy to make, heart-healthy ingredients, and all done in about 30 minutes. Let's give this a try and see how it turned out. Seriously folks, this is what honest home cooking is all about, as we have such basic pantry staples and got such a beautiful dish. Can't wait to try it. Here we go. Oh, the big bite. Check that out. That is absolutely fantastic. Those butter beans held their shape, but they melt in your mouth. And sort of all the flavors in the pan. And that creamy tomato sauce with the spinach, taking the beans to the next level. Easy to make, heart healthy. Give it a try at home. Once again, as a side dish next to some grilled fish, even as a main course. You get the kind of food that's gonna fill your body with so much goodness. Really quick before I go, a shout out to a couple of my patrons, Dr. Michael Barvitz, Clarence Bolin, Martin Giddings, and Aravinda Garimeya. And guys, thank you so much for being patrons of Spain on a Fork. You know how much I appreciate you. Enjoyed today's video, hit that like button, leave me a comment below, and if you're not subscribed, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and click on the bell icon. That way you can get notified every time I release new content and to become a part of the Spain on a Fork family. Till the next time, hasta luego.